Let me know when I can rebuttal.
Yep, I got you. All right, man. I'm gonna let. Hey, this is unorthodox. This is sensitive material, so I'm just gonna just let it flow. I am HyphenX. Welcome to the Great Conversation Podcast, where we indulge in healthy dialogue about topics that are important to today's society and culture. Uh, go.
All right, so I find it funny that you got Kobe top five, but you ain't got Shaq in that conversation. And we ain't just talking about points. When Shaq was in his prime, Shaq was the best player in the league. That wasn't a debate. So the fact that Kobe, even though he was still great, played sidekick to the best player for three of his rings, without Shaq, what does Kobe accomplish?
Okay.
Less in his career than D Wade did.
Oh, hold on. Let him respond.
Hold on. How many scoring titles did Shaq have? We want to talk about best
You
player
said
in
it
the
ain't
league.
about stats. You ain't said it ain't about stats.
What is it about? What's the point of keeping stats if it ain't about stats? What's the
It,
point
it
of
ain't
important
it
stats?
ain't single.
That makes no
You just said
goddamn sense at all, bro.
you just said it ain't about stats.
I
And
didn't
then the
say that.
first thing you
I
want to
never
do
said that.
is you want to go
No,
talk about
he
scoring
said it
numbers.
wasn't about. He said it wasn't about scoring.
I
No,
said
he said
it's
about
more
Just
to
about
scoring. You
just
gotta
about
listen first
scoring.
if you're gonna debate, bro.
you said stats. You didn't say
No,
scoring.
I did not. I said scoring.
Before we went live, you said stats
No, it's not what
because
I said.
you were referencing that towards
Is there a
LeBron.
way you can play this back? Because this motherfucker
No,
obviously can't
no.
hear.
Go ahead.
I
Go
said
ahead.
it's more to basketball than scoring, bro. If you're gonna have this debate, at least listen, bro. Don't be
I'm listening. Go ahead.
then.
Go ahead.
I say it's more to scoring. I said Kobe made the all defensive times more than the center as a guard. Come on now.
But again, you just said it's about you. The first question you asked me after I said my statement was how many scoring titles did Shaq have?
Okay,
Then
I'm talking about
Okay.
this all
Then,
about
when you
stats.
just started speaking again, you went to all defensive teams. If you're gonna make a topic, stay on topic.
I'm staying on topic. I'm proving that he was a better all-around player. So
You
that's what I'm
just
trying to get
asked
at.
me how many scoring titles did Shaq have when Kobe played with him. When I told you,
Oh,
you
so
said it
hold
wasn't
on,
about just scoring. You jumped straight to defense. You
I'm
got to stay on
proving
Tony.
topic
You
about the
said
he's a
that.
scoring
better
titles.
all-around player as a guard.
So,
But I thought
hold
this
on.
debate was
So you
about
said.
Jordan LeBron. So if anybody off topic, it's your ass, bro.
We
You
just brought
starting
it
off with some
in. We just
bullshit.
brought it in. Yeah, we just brought it in like that. Hey, but hold on. I just want to make sure I'm understanding. So it's not all about scoring.
It's all around.
It's
All around.
it's about being an all around basketball player.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can't just base it off one point of the game.
Okay. Okay. So guys, we are in the middle of we were just that was just like the warm up. Uh that was just the warm up, man. Classic basketball debate. I am hyphen X, man. We're talking about Team LeBron versus Team Jordan. Team LeBron versus Team Jordan. Now, I got Harp the Hairline here. I got DJ Tony here. I want to keep this conversation going. Let people know, where do you stand?
I let my man's with the Jordan shirt on. Let him go first. His shirt gonna talk for
All
himself.
right. Damn. Okay. Obviously, I'm Team Jordan. I grew up watching Jordan. Okay. And let me say this. I'm not trying to discredit LeBron, but he has accomplished. He had a hell of a career. I'll give him that. But is he better than Jordan? Oh, hell no. Not in my opinion. Hell no. No way.
Okay. Hold that. All right. Hart, where do you
In
stand?
my opinion, LeBron James is the greatest basketball player that ever lived. I don't think it's as close as many people think it is. I do respect Michael Jordan and everything he accomplished. I respect his talent, but I don't think it's close when we are in the best overall basketball player.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. All right. So now I want to go to back to Tony here.
Yeah.
Tony, why do you believe that Michael Jordan is better than better basketball player than LeBron James?
Well, if you look at accomplishments, like look at Jordan's accolades. He obviously accomplished more accolades in less time than LeBron have. LeBron played for what? This is what, 19, 20 seasons, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Jordan played 14 seasons. Jordan got more scoring titles. Yeah, LeBron, the leading scorer, right? The all-time leading scorer, but only got the scoring title one time. I just find that like, damn, find that kind of funny. But if you look at who reached to 30,000 points, Jordan did it in less games. You can look that up. That's not feelings. That's actual facts. Jordan got to 30,000 points quicker than LeBron have. And then if we talking points comparison, Jordan's career average is 30.1 points per game. LeBron is like what, a little over 27 points per game. So career average, Jordan averaged more points. So that shows you who really legitimately scored more in the NBA basketball game in less time.
Okay.
That's one point. I got many other points.
Okay.
But I'm starting off.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Hart say something back to that, but I'm also gonna bring on another guest real quick. Oh well, after Hart rebuts, I'll bring on the next guest. Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Hart. Go ahead and rebut.
Like I said, I won't disrespect Michael Jordan's talent. I won't disrespect what he accomplished in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to add context. Jordan played in the 90s when the league was at its weakest, believe it or not. Marketing played a big role into who Jordan was to a lot of his fans. The reason Jordan became the face of the league is because the league started to decline once Magic and Larry started to decline. And what a lot of people want to bring up when it comes to LeBron is, he played in the weak Eastern Conference. But they forget when Jordan played in the Eastern Conference, there were 3 expansion teams that were put in the league. No, 4 actually, in the 90s. 3 of those teams were in the East. So Jordan was playing against 3 D-League rosters. Also, Jordan played in an era where there were no guards. Any guards that you say that Jordan played against, they were great for their era. None of those guards outside of Michael Jordan are in the top 10 that you would have in the top 10 shooting guards ever. You're not saying any of those guards that Michael Jordan played are better than Kobe, Allen Iverson, D. Wade, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Klay Thompson. Like we can keep going. They were great for their era. They couldn't compete in today's league. We understand that with context, you can see from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s to the 90s, so forth and so forth, basketball players evolve. As a talent, LeBron is better and has played tougher competition than Mike did in the 90s.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring on the next guest here. Yo, B. Gordon.
What up, good peoples?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Well, thank you for joining the conversation, B. Gordon, man. Team LeBron versus Team Jordan. Each time somebody else comes on, you're gonna have to repledge your loyalty. Okay? each time. All right, so DJ Tony, where do you stand?
I'm standing with Jordan all day, every day. Come on.
Hart.
We going with LeBron 7 days a week, twice on Sunday.
B. Gordon, where do you stand?
Team LeBron.
Team LeBron. Team LeBron.
Oh, now, can I say one thing? You forgot Magic Johnson was a guard too, right? You talking about there was no guards. They was only good for the 90s. But who are you to say which era was weaker and which one era was stronger when you never played in either era?
I can tell you about the rules of basketball.
There was no hand. You was allowed to hand check then. If anything, defense was a lot more aggressive in the 90s than there were now. You can't even hand check now.
Defense was a lot easier in the 90s. So if you look at the basketball rules, you're allowed to hand check when the basketball player is dribbling towards you with his back to the basket. Once they face you and they're in an offensive attacking position, you can't hand check. A lot of those guards in the 90s were dribbling with their back towards the basket. That does not happen in today's league. Players have a lot better handles, which makes it a lot harder to play defense if you're not allowed to hand check. If you put LeBron at 6'9", 250 in the 90s allowing a hand check, he would have all those same defensive awards as well.
I don't know.
So you have to put context into that. Like, yes, defense was a lot more physical because you could hand check, but the players weren't as good.
Okay, so basically you're going to base your argument off speculation because you don't know what LeBron could have – LeBron probably would have got fucked up on, with the ball. He probably wouldn't have scored as many points then. So that's what you're saying.
No.
Because it was easier to play defense.
I would also say this. I wouldn't say it's easier to play defense. I said it's easier to play defense, but you have to take it into context. It's easier to play defense when you're hand checking because a lot of the guards couldn't dribble. But if you put LeBron in the 90s in the era where there were no zones, you could ISO in the mid post to the elbow because there was no illegal defense. All of those things came into the league when Shaq came into the league. So they changed a lot of the rules.
Yeah. So
put LeBron in the era where he's too big for you to hand check him. Where he can ISO in the post when nobody's his size to guard him. It's much easier for him to score. Yes, Jordan putting up all those numbers, but he wasn't playing nobody. That era was dominated by big men. If you look at all the Hall of Famers of that era, or some of the greatest top 50 players, they're mostly big men. They're not a lot of guards.
Not a lot of guards in the top 50. Hold on. You said not a lot of guards.
Go look in that era when Jordan played.
All right. So he says not a lot of guards that played in that era. While we're looking that up, I got another guest that's gonna come on here. All right.
Okay.
And then B Gordon, you gotta just hop in there, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna let them talk. I'm gonna let them get what they got. You know.
Boom. What's up, girl, man? MJ. Oh, my bad. I didn't see you wasn't sitting down.
I don't think.
All right.
Okay.
You. Hey, you on mute. That boy going off. You on mute.
No, I'm here in the flesh, dog. I'm just hearing a bunch of blaspheme, dog. That's all I'm hearing. You understand?
Okay. Hold on. Everybody got okay. So pledge, man. Where you at? Team Jordan, Team LeBron. Before you say anything.
Who you talking about? Me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you look at my background, it may be hard to decide, but it's only one man playing defense on there, dog. And that's who I'm rolling with. And the thing is, you sent in the group text about who is the best player, what makes the best player. I've actually played some basketball in my time. And if I'm able to get a bucket and stop you from getting a bucket, that makes me better than you. And that's what Jordan was the best at.
Thank you. Best all around.
Okay.
If I could put a bucket in the rim and stop you from getting a bucket on the other end, that's the end. And Jordan got 10 scoring championships and 9 defensive first teams, dog. End the discussion for me.
All right. Who want to take that?
I'll take that. So, who was Jordan?
I hear a lot of clicking.
Down in that
I hear
era?
a lot of clicking. I don't got no clicking going on over here. I'm gonna just make that known.
I'm looking. You know what I'm doing.
Handle business.
So when Jordan played in the 90s against those mediocre to good guards,
all right.
he was dominating. None of those guards that Jordan was playing are some of the top guards ever. You might have one or two sprinkled in there. That's it. The guards when the league started to transition from big men to guards was in the 90s. So you look at the 96 draft, look at all those guards that came in. Go look at those guards when they played against Jordan. Go look at their numbers against Jordan. And don't tell me Jordan was at the end of his career.
Hold on. I heard you say this argument already. So what you're telling me is that Jordan didn't have guard competition, and a lot of the buckets that he had to get were against bigger guys in the paint.
That's not
what
what I'm
saying.
You
said he had big men in his era. That's what you said. You said there were big men in Jordan's era.
I said
dominated by
big men. I said
Jordan was not shooting threes. Jordan was coming to the lane, getting buckets.
Over big men.
That's when the Jordan rules was instilled.
Jordan was coming to the lane early in his career.
This is why I can't argue. You know what? Go ahead. This shit.
Is that not true?
He was coming to the lane early in his career. Then
he was dunking and shit.
Then
Air
you
Jordan.
get Phil Jackson coming in there who instills an offense, correct?
Blocking center shots.
Okay.
Come on.
So give some
That's not Phil
structure.
Jackson.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Phil Jackson come in and steal the offense. They start running the triangle. Jordan start operating from the damn wing pretty much. Still basically starting from the wing, getting to the paint. Do we not remember the dunks on the Knicks and all of these other teams that he had? Like these were not young Jordan years when he was winning these championships. When he came to the lane doing this, that's not young Jordan now. Let's
That's
separate.
young Jordan. That's 97. That's 91.
No, he's saying early in his career. 91 wasn't early in his career.
That was mid-career.
That's
He was
prime.
midway through his career.
That's prime.
Okay, so if you say it's prime, that's not early.
But that's prime.
We're talking about
That's not
two separate
early.
parts
That's
of his
the point.
career, though.
But
That's all I'm
prime
saying.
is better than early.
What I'm saying is that early in his career, you had Jordan playing a lot like John Morant. It's just go to the hoop, go to the hoop. Mid to late in his career, Jordan worked at the elbow, high post. It's a lot of fadeaways. It's a lot of footwork. It's a lot of coming off pin downs and things of that nature. Yes, he was.
That's
getting
a
to the hoop,
bag,
but
though.
not
That's a
prime-
heavy bag
That's not
you're dealing with.
primary how he was scoring. What I'm saying is that Jordan plays in the era where you can isolate a lot of guards. There's no help defense. There's no zones. You can't do that in today's league. All I'm saying is that the eras get better with the rule changes, and the competition is much harder. In today's NBA, you can't isolate on the floor without getting double teamed or hitting the zone unless you're at the top of the key at the three-point line. That's why the three-point shot is so valuable. They didn't play like that in the 90s.
No,
That's all I'm
And that's what we saying. That's what we saying to you, that's a much easier way to score. If I got one man on me who can't get a double team, I'm gonna get buckets.
That's what Jordan
It's
was doing
easy.
in the 90s.
No, he wasn't. You just described how LeBron is getting buckets today.
No, in the
That's
90s,
what you
there
just
was no
described.
such thing as a zone or
no,
illegal defense.
No.
No,
So,
the way
that's
I
not what
heard
he
it,
said.
the way I heard it, and I may be wrong, the way I heard it, he's speaking on the way LeBron is facilitating offenses today, where the floor is more spread out. The defender has to play one-on-one defense and does not get help from his teammates because there's more shooters on the floor. That's your argument. Am I wrong with that?
You're wrong. My argument, that is an effect of today's eras and today's rules, but what I'm saying is Jordan got to isolate a lot closer to the rim because there were no zones. There was no illegal defense. So he got to isolate around the free throw line.
There was illegal defense.
No, it wasn't. You look at the rules.
Yeah, it was. You couldn't double team the person that didn't have the ball. There was a legal defense.
That happened when Shaq came into the league. They changed that rule when Shaq came into the league.
No, illegal defense.
Right.
Illegal defense was you couldn't just. It was designed to say once you showed a double, you had to go and double.
Yeah.
That's what illegal defense was. So when you know what I'm saying, you couldn't be like, let's say if MJ got the ball in the post, you couldn't fake the double and then run back to your man. Once you started the double, you had to go all the way to the double. So that's what illegal defense was. Now, the one thing that Michael Jordan never faced was a bona fide was a zone. In that area, you couldn't play any type of a zone because it wasn't allowed in that.
Yeah,
area.
you couldn't play zone back.
You couldn't play zone in that area.
Right,
and so
okay,
I'm like,
I see what you're saying now.
You see what I'm saying? So for me, like I was born in '84. So I'm not one of them cats who like, you know what I'm saying, who didn't grow up idolizing and remember the Gatorade commercial. I want to be like Mike. I had it on single. I want to be like Mike from Media Play. Everybody wants to be like Mike. So the reason why I say I'm team, even saying that, the reason why I'm saying team LeBron is because in sports, okay? In sports, you have to honor 20 years of being dang near top 5 in your sport.
Okay.
You have to honor being okay. Yes, we'll say, well, Michael came, he retired, he came back, then he came back again as the Wizards. What if he never, retired? We don't know. That's a what if.
What if LeBron never left Cleveland?
You know what I'm saying? But
What
even
if
but hold on. But no. But what I'm saying is, even though LeBron left Cleveland, when he went to Miami, he was still notarized as the best player in the NBA. And so even if you look at this year, since his 38th birthday, he has the best stats in the NBA since he turned 38. So you got to really sit back. If you take it back to 2003, and you look at 2003, was very similar to how the Jordan era was played. It was dominated by big men. You had Shaq.
No,
bro. When LeBron came in, when LeBron in 2003, it was still a big man's game. Let me prove the point. Big man's game was you still had a center, a traditional center, and a traditional power forward. That's when there was no such thing as a stretch 4 in 2003. There was no such thing as a true stretch 5 in 2003. You had true big men. You had in the paint that had to battle. So when you talk about having to have that game, then go to the maturation of now the development of the NBA becoming a guard game and having to adjust. I'm not taking nothing away from Michael Jordan. I'm not saying anybody say anything negative about Michael Jordan is crazy. I'm just talking about from argument's sake as who is the greatest basketball player of all time, forever. LeBron James.
And you're basing it off what, though? I'm just saying.
I'm basing it off longevity. 20 years being on top, that's a long time, man. 20 years straight, that is a long time to be considered one of the top 5 athletes in your sport. 20 years straight. You got to when we talk about the greatest of all time, you got to keep time as the factor.
Okay.
To do it for 20 years.
So what would
let him respond.
Say it again.
What would you rank John Stockton then?
As far as what?
And so, you saying longevity? He played 19 seasons,
but he was not great for 19 seasons. He was not a top 5 point guard for 19 seasons.
Okay, you said longevity.
No.
He said it was a factor. He did say it was a factor.
Longevity at a certain level. Tell me this. Okay, watch this, right? In sports, we always see a decrease in age. Just take football, right? Let's just for argument's sake. You didn't see a decrease in Tom Brady until this year. You didn't see a decrease when it came you didn't question Tom Brady's skill set until this year. That's when you've seen a decrease in skills. We have not seen a decrease in LeBron James' ability to control a basketball game in 20 years.
Okay.
We ain't seen it.
Okay. You know how many complete 82 games Jordan played versus LeBron?
Keep going.
Okay. I'm talking complete seasons where he started all 82 games.
Keep going.
I think LeBron only did it maybe once or twice. Jordan did it at least 9 times.
Okay.
Where he played. You talking about longevity? Okay. We talking about win shares, championships. I didn't even get started on that.
So so if you want to talk about, because here's my biggest point why I say, and my man said talk about competition, right? Everybody talk about LeBron is 4-6 in the finals. Okay. Naming your team. Let's look at the San Antonio. Let's go by his losses. His first loss to San Antonio. His first loss to that first team in San Antonio. There is no reason guys green up that Cleveland Cavaliers team should even been in the NBA Finals. If it was Michael Jordan,
hold on. I'm sorry to jump in, but we talking about competition, and if we're gonna talk about competition, we got to stick on how barren the Eastern Conference was after Mike left, dog. LeBron was able to walk through into a lot of them playoffs with that Cavs team because of that, bro. It was not a strong East Conference, dog.
You mean to tell me them the Detroit Pistons won a championship? The Pistons
you named one team, bro. One team.
The Pistons went to how many finals in a row? Well, okay, but we talking about greatness. We're not talking about. I don't look at the mid like the 4 or 5 seed on down. Don't mean a thing to me. I'm not talking about 4 or 5 seed. I'm talking about the top.
So okay, so
these are the years. Hold on. Making I think under 500 records, dog. That's all I'm talking about.
I think that what we need to do is come up with a criteria, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I think that's what we have to come up with a criteria. All right. So like each person will give their argument for okay. So we said score. We kind of went over scoring a little bit, right?
Who's the all-time leading scorer?
Are you talking about points accumulated? Because Jordan has the all-time points per game average. Is that what you're talking about? Which one are you talking about?
All-time leading scorer.
And how many years it took him to get there, though?
Okay.
Hold on. And
then talking about a gridiron durability award.
But we don't say Karl Malone better than Kobe, so points don't mean shit.
Right.
What you talking
points
about?
don't mean
y'all negating the argument he just made to y'all. Because if we talking about
I just asked him which points is he talking
about?
Hold on. Points overall.
Go. Okay, let him respond.
Jordan left the league before he had a major decline. Jordan also never played with supreme offensive players.
God.
He had the.
All right, let's keep moving the goalposts. That's what the LeBron fans do all the fucking
time. We being honest. Jordan never got to that decline. When you see LeBron never start to tail off.
Played in that era, so
you just told me LeBron went to the finals with a bunch of trash bags. He did. And he wasn't averaging 35, so don't tell me.
That's what I'm saying. When you see LeBron average and points start to come down, it's when he started to get more offensive help. So he dropped from 30 to 31 a game to 25 when he went to Cleveland. Then once his offensive help started to leave, those points per game started to go back up to 30. And LeBron has maintained that. Jordan left the league before he hit any major decline. If Jordan would have stayed in the league in the Wizards years, that points per game average would not be 30. It would drop like every other player in NBA history outside of who? LeBron. Kobe's, Iverson's, Wilt's, Shaq's, Magic, Bird. They all dropped once they hit the later half of their career.
Kobe's took a hit because of them first, I would say, maybe 3-4 years with the Lakers when he wasn't playing solid like that. That's why Kobe's average takes a hit overall. Them last years, Kobe was burning.
So right, and so exactly.
But
that's what you just said. He's not in the argument, but some people will put Kobe over LeBron. Some people will.
That's why it's hard for me to put LeBron above MJ.
Right. So, but what you just said is why that argument for Kobe is not the same as LeBron, because they both came in at the same age, and LeBron didn't have them first 3 years of let me figure it out.
Right.
LeBron had his first 3 years straight out of high school, averaging over 20. Instant. Day one. I got a dub in the NBA. And so when we talk about that, we got to understand. Like, and here's another thing. You say scoring. It say Coach B. I'm a football coach. LeBron never had a Hall of Fame coach. Coaching matters.
Can everybody agree on that? Does everybody believe that coaching matters?
No, I'm not moving the coach. Let's be realistic.
That matters.
No, as an athlete, you can't tell me. I mean, as a coach, because as a Jordan fan that I am as myself, one of the biggest arguments is what 6-0 in the finals, right? Uh-huh. You can't tell me that 6-0 in the finals, Phil Jackson don't have a huge role in that.
I can't really. He had a talented team, and anybody could have coached that team.
What team?
The Heat,
the Bulls, the Lakers with Kobe. Come on, I could turn around and say
Okay,
that.
so
It's
watch
just
this.
your motherfucking opinion, though.
No,
At the
that's
end
not
of the
my
day,
opinion
bro.
because no, it's not.
Yeah.
Because we have factual evidence. Look at those teams were intact before Phil Jackson got there. They all lost.
Lakers
before
won
Phil,
before Phil, but okay.
the Lakers, they what?
They
Coach
have
B,
won
Coach
some
B.
championships before
No.
Phil got there.
No. I'm talking about Kobe, Shaq, Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel. I'm talking about the
Coach
Lakers
B.
before Phil Jackson got there, got swept by Utah back-to-back years. Then Phil came and they did a three-peat. Michael Jordan got beat by Detroit, got beat by Detroit. Doug Collins was the coach. Phil Jackson come in year one, NBA championship.
And then Pippen came. Okay.
No. Pippen was there before Phil got there. Pippen got there in 87. That's what I'm saying. These teams were constructed before Phil Jackson got to these respective teams. Once Phil Jackson got to these teams that was eliminated in playoffs then became championship dynasties. Coaching matters.
Yeah, but Coach B, is it fair to say?
Yeah.
Coach B, is it fair to say LeBron's Hall of Fame coaches' careers have not ended yet? Because we don't know what's going to happen with Spoelstra. We don't know what's going to happen with Ty. We don't know what's going to happen with these fellas. I mean, Spoelstra didn't went to the finals without LeBron. Now,
did he win?
He was playing against LeBron. I mean, come on.
Did he win?
But I'm saying Spoelstra is respected in the league in a way I think he can make it to the Hall of Fame. Is what I'm saying.
Why is he going to the Hall of Fame?
Because he coached the AAU team in the NBA. That's why.
Who's on that team?
You talking the team with D Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron?
Thank you. Right
LeBron,
there.
Mike Miller, all of them. Yeah.
So he went. So Eric Spoelstra is going to the NBA because of LeBron James. So the Hall of Fame.
And that's the same reason Phil Jackson got put in there because he had a Kobe, Shaq, a Jordan
Phil
Pippen.
Jackson.
He didn't do nothing with past them teams.
Michael Jordan was losing in the playoffs before Phil Jackson became his coach. Period. And let's talk about rebounds. Okay, we got go ahead. There's this show, so you got rebounds. That's not even a competition. That's not even no one can even. That's LeBron James. Any other thing you put up there when it comes
to Jordan fans? Jordan team Jordan?
Well, when it comes to rebounds?
Rebounds?
Yeah.
Because we're talking about all around basketball player.
There's not a statistical category you can even argue after scoring when it comes to basketball. LeBron James has better stats in every other category. You can argue scoring. But when it comes to anything else, it's LeBron James.
Padding, or we talking an actual better player? Because I feel like Jordan was a hell of a rebounder for a guard. When you say it again, my man in the top corner, I didn't get your name. I don't want to be disrespectful, but my man in the top corner said he was playing against in a league of centers. You're not going to get more rebounds. You're playing against 7-footers, dog. It's just what it is. Brian 6'10", he's supposed to rebound. He got to rebound. You on the court, you got to rebound. You're 6'10".
That naturally comes with the territory. If you're a forward, you're going to, of course, have more rebounds than a guard. You better.
Shaq had an all-time quote when he said size is a talent. You can't penalize LeBron for being bigger than Mike. I agree that Mike was a great rebounder as a guard.
Yeah.
You can't say
teach size, you can't teach speed. Yeah.
I agree Mike is a hell of a rebounder for a guard, but we can't penalize LeBron and say, oh, he's supposed to do that because he's bigger. He's supposed to.
Are you saying LeBron is a better rebounder because he averages more? Or are you saying LeBron is a better rebounder overall because of how he positions himself to get a rebound and everything? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the effort.
Are you talking about basketball IQ?
Yeah, I'm talking about the effort of going to get that ball. I say Jordan might be higher. LeBron's getting it on gift.
I say LeBron. And when you look at LeBron's playoff numbers, his rebounding numbers go up, especially in the playoffs and in the finals.
Yeah, his minutes
you don't
go
see
up
Jordan
and
averaging
everything else
10,
go
11
up.
rebounds in the finals. He can go 5, 6.
He didn't need to.
6 to 8 to 10, 11, 12.
And see, this is where I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Hold on. This is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand.
I'm gonna let you make your point, and then I'm gonna ask a question. Go ahead, though.
What I'm trying to say is this is a team game. And if I got a Will Purdue on the court, you getting the rebound, son. You ain't scoring the ball. LeBron does not utilize his teammates to the same. No, LeBron does not utilize his teammates to the same ability of Jordan, dog. Yeah, what is you saying, dog? I can go down a list of names, people who got another contract because they played with Jordan, and I can go down and list of names of mugs who out the league because they played with Bron.
Can I respond to that? I need to respond to that. I don't
Go
see
ahead,
how y'all
respond.
say Jordan, he utilized his teammates better than Mike. That's the reason Scottie Pippen is religiously saying that he has issues with Mike. The team was set up to be loaded defensively. Everybody did their roles. Mike's job was to score. If you do not believe that, go look at what Ron Harper was until he got to the Bulls. That
Ron Harper was coming off of some injuries when he got to the Bulls. He wasn't the same Ron Harper that he was
Ron Harper
came
was
to the Bulls.
averaging 20
Because
points a game.
Because when he left the Bulls and went to the Lakers, he was the same Ron Harper producing the same way. It was his decline at the same time of his career at the same time when he came to Chicago.
Before Ron Harper retired, he played about 6 to 8 years when he got to the Bulls. When he got to the Bulls, he played about 6 to 8 years before he retired. So Ron Harper wasn't at the end of his career. He wasn't washed.
I just said he came off of injuries. He's not the same player.
20 a game to 6.
No, but real talk though. Honestly, that point differential, Ron Harper in the 80s, late 90s, late 80s, early 90s was an absolute dog. But then he got injured. Ron Harper, he got horrible knees. Like Ron Harper,
look at Horace.
Uninjured Ron Harper, we probably having a total discussion about that dude. He was a dog.
I get that, but look at Horace. Look what he was.
Okay, so the team was structured
from the camera, bro. I can't even hear you.
So you're saying that the team was structured for Michael Jordan. Okay, so this is my question, and I want everybody to try to keep their answer as brief as possible so that we can get a little bit more structure to this. Okay, so I'm going to start with who came in last and then backwards. Okay, so a grown man MJ, your team Jordan. You're saying because he was why are you team Jordan? Keep it short, and then I'll have Tony B Gordon come behind you.
Okay. Well, I stated it in the beginning. Jordan is the one of the few players I see get a bucket on anybody in the league and stop pretty much everybody else from eating. Okay. I haven't seen anything else like it. I've watched Jordan, I've watched LeBron, and I gotta say, I gotta lean Jordan. Leaning Jordan don't take LeBron far down off the list at all. So
right.
Okay, boom. So he's saying both ends of the floor.
I'm saying LeBron James due to the longevity of his greatness.
Okay, longevity of his greatness, being in the top 5 for 20 years. Okay, go, and then we go. I believe it'll be Hart.
I got LeBron based off.
We can't hear you, bro. I don't know what just happened to your volume.
Your mic went dead.
You hear me now?
No.
Nope. Log out, and come back in. Hey, go ahead, Tony.
I'm gonna say best all-around player. Will to win shares. Come on. That's all I'm going to say.
So we're saying that what I'm hearing is longevity, being within the top 5 within the last 20 years. And then I'm hearing that Michael Jordan, because what he's able to do on both ends of the floor.
Let me say one more thing. He accomplished more accolades in less time than LeBron did.
I say there's 2 MVPs. Oh. Go ahead, my man. No, but be honest, because you sound like you know Bishop. You know basketball, right? There are 2 MVPs that man in Phoenix got. That was LeBron James.
You can't go by what coulda, shoulda, woulda.
No,
That don't make any damn sense in your
No,
argument.
but
He didn't win, obviously, for a reason. What you talking about?
No, he didn't win for a reason. He didn't win. He didn't win because the NBA was going through this whole. The NBA is great at marketing. The NBA is the greatest league.
Go ahead. Let's hear your feelings. Now he's speaking on feelings.
No, I'm not in my feelings.
You are in your feelings.
No, you okay?
LeBron should have won this. That's
no,
feelings,
okay.
not facts.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. He didn't win. I'm not saying we know he didn't.
Which year are we talking about?
We talking about the 2 years. Bring up Steve Nash. 2 years he won MVP. Bring up his stats and bring up LeBron's stats them same 2 years. And you mean to tell me Steve Nash should have touched any one of them MVPs?
Now, I've always heard it that Steve Nash MVPs, one of them was Kobe's. So I don't know if you saying both of them was Bron's. I'm not sure.
Even Kobe. So Steve Nash got two MVPs he shouldn't have touched. And that's around all NBA historians have said that. So if you want to say get one of Kobe, the other one was LeBron's. So the whole thing about the different eras of the NBA got to the point after Mike when it came to MVPs where they almost made it like you wasn't nobody ever gonna win MVPs like that no more. Even Kobe, the year, you know what I'm saying, even when Kobe was the dog. They didn't
you saying Mike wore out the MVP award? Is that what you saying?
He really did though, bro. because look at it like this though. Even a year,
ridiculous.
No, but think about it though, bro. Because bro, I am a Mike Jordan fan. Because guess what though? I'm crazy as hell. No, listen to me, bro. Hear this. Even the last year that in '98, when Michael Jordan was a flat out MVP, but they gave it to Karl Malone.
Yep.
Come on, man. I'm not biased. This is reality. There's no way Karl Malone should have got that award that year. That was the year that Dennis Rodman was gone. Scottie Pippen missed half the year, and they gave the MVP award to Karl Malone. Ain't no way that should have been Karl Malone. Karl Malone award. They just got tired of Michael Jordan getting the award. So then they just thought the NBA made a decision. We got to spread it around now.
Let's let Harp hop in. He back.
Let's see what Karl Malone did that year he got it.
Karl Malone's one of the worst people on earth, so we ain't gonna bring him up.
He got more points than Kobe. Y'all want to bring up points?
Bro, next.
Well, you don't hear people saying, "Oh, Karl Malone greater than Kobe." I said that earlier.
So go ahead, Hart.
What's the question again?
Just why do you believe LeBron, your team LeBron? Why are you team LeBron?
I'm basing it off longevity as well, but with context to that, watching the game and how it continues to evolve, and how LeBron's continue to evolve and still remain one of the top players. Like people say, all the rules change, the league is different. It's different for everybody. But even with that being said, he still continues to dominate even the top players, and he's done it for 20 years. So that's why I got LeBron.
And I want to ask this panel a question if I may.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
I am seeing that. Go ahead, B Word.
If let's just look at it like this, right? What if, and it's an if, and we all know basketball, I can tell everybody know basketball. What if LeBron James just said, I'm going to score like Michael Jordan? What if LeBron James' mindset was score first? He breaks this record 5 years ago. The thing about LeBron James is he's fourth in assist. That's something that we can't overlook. LeBron James is not a score first player. So yes, it took him 20 years to get the record because his mentality is not score first. What if LeBron James was his mentality?
Going off what ifs? What the fuck, bro?
I'm saying with the what ifs, dog. Let's play the what ifs.
To hear that what if shit.
No. Hold on, because the what ifs is in our favor, homie. Let's be real.
No.
What if?
Is he only going off what the fuck if? What the if?
No, because I just watched a video recently that did the stats on Jordan. What if he did not leave those 2 years? And they said if he did not leave those 2 years, without the 3 years on the end when he came back and played with Washington. Yeah, with just those 2 years, he would have broke the Kareem record. With just those 2 years before LeBron got to the league, he would have been the top 1-2 guard in assists. With just those 2 years, he would have led all guards and rebounds. With just those 2 years.
So the 2 years he missed, if you add them, if he never retired,
if you plug them stats, they what they did was they took the averages of the year before he left,
and the year he came back,
and then when he came back and how he averaged in that season, and then they inputted those numbers for the 2 years, they said with those numbers he would have eked out the scoring record over Kareem barely. Now they say that if he would have played the 2 years and the 3 years, he would have left that record in the dust by over 5,000 points.
But the 3 years after he came back, or the 3 years with the Wizards?
No, if he would have played the 2 years in between the championships,
right,
and stayed playing after the '98 championship, until he retired with the Wizards, all of them years combined, he would have been more than 5,000 points.
So he would have been. So that's 20 years. I think that's why a 20-year career.
We have to stop with the what ifs. The reason I say that is because we take that into
consideration. It don't help y'all.
Mike. No, it don't help. It don't help y'all. Because what you saying is, hey, Mike would have played 20 years. Ain't nobody ever played 20 years and been that great outside of one person. Everybody didn't play 20 years, didn't look like they did in year 20. No, Kobe last 3 years was bad.
Yeah, Kobe last 3 years was a struggle.
Nobody got the 20 and
them injury, that Achilles really messed Kobe. That Achilles. But it wasn't no
happens to everybody.
Achilles though, you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying, but once people get up to them later years, you either lose all athleticism and that bag ain't as good as you think once you lose athleticism, or them injuries start to debilitate you. Only one person got the year 20 and is going to keep going, still looking that good. So we can't say that the what if say, oh, if Mike would have did it.
But how
Mike
many
probably wouldn't have lasted that long.
LeBron played though. You talking about?
It ain't just about the complete seasons. LeBron played
complete seasons
because LeBron was playing more minutes and more games than Mike. Y'all talk about the 82 games.
More minutes.
Like LeBron.
That's bullshit.
LeBron was playing 68 to 75 plus games. He was also playing in the playoffs.
Get some numbers on somebody get some numbers on that.
When we get the numbers,
I call bullshit.
LeBron was playing more because he was playing almost as much as Jordan was playing in the regular season. He wasn't playing the 82 games. He was going farther in the playoffs. After the playoffs, LeBron is going straight to the Olympics. He did this for 8 years straight, going to the playoffs, deep in the playoffs, and to the finals and the Olympics every single year. He's playing more than Michael Jordan. I get the 82 games. That's cool.
They played about the same, actually. Jordan played 38.3 minutes per game.
Oh no. Okay, that's the regular season. What he's saying is that if you take
all of it,
once you take it from when he them 10, would he get 10
so
straight
let's move
finals?
the goalpost some more. Okay.
No, it's not moving the goalpost. This is real life.
No, it's talking about the amount of basketball.
The amount of basketball.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
When you really get into playing, just think about this: 10 straight into the NBA Finals, 10 straight years.
You're playing longer than everybody.
That is a lot of basketball, and that is just a lot of wear and tear on the body. Period.
So. Let me ask a question to Team Jordan. So Team Jordan, so does longevity and LeBron James being within the top 5 for the last 20 years, does that hold no weight to the GOAT conversation?
It does, but you still gotta fucking win. And it's like I said, there's more to basketball than just scoring and longevity.
So let me
we said top 5 in all statistics.
That's not what y'all said. It seems like you changed
the
question. You said top 5.
No, we didn't say scoring. We didn't say scoring. They said top. Gordon said top. He said top 5. Yeah, top 5. He never specified scoring.
Right. Okay.
I never specified scoring.
No, I wasn't narrowing it down to one part of the game anyway. And to me, it's like, okay, if we took the number 2 from Jordan's era, would he be number 2 overall? That's kind of how I'm hearing the question. Like you saying he was in the top 5 for 20 years, so that should make him number 1 overall when he wasn't number 1 for 20 years. And that's the thing I'm trying to tell y'all. Jordan was number 1 in the league for all the years he was in the league. Wasn't no 2, wasn't no he was number 3. Even when he wasn't winning MVPs, he was still recognized as number 1. LeBron was not always recognized as number 1 for them 20 years. He's a top player for the 20 years. He gets credit for that, and he gets the Iron Man award for 20 years.
So how many years would y'all say LeBron was number 1?
Out of his 20 years, number 1, he might be number 1. A good 12, maybe a good 12.
How many years did Michael Jordan play in the NBA?
Played 15.
15 years.
Okay, so if you say Michael Jordan was a top. Was you say he played 15 years? Okay. Was the last 2-3 with the Wizards?
Yep.
He didn't play 3 years with the Wizards. He played
2
years with the
2 years with the Wizards. So minus that's 13. He won the best in 84. He won the best in 85. He won the best in 86. He won the best in 87. He won the best in 88.
Says who?
Says Larry Bird and Magic Johnson.
You crazy. We talking about the same Larry Bird that he played and said that's Jesus in gym shoes? You saying that Larry
But
Bird?
Larry Bird also whooped his ass.
No, his team won. Larry Bird ain't whoop his ass.
And
So why y'all penalizing LeBron for that?
He still averaged over 30
We
points.
did penalize LeBron for that.
Y'all just said
penalize him for that.
My
I'm
DJ
saying,
up top
you
saying
act like
LeBron.
he shut Jordan down. He never shut Jordan down.
I ain't say he shut Jordan down.
You
But
act like
you said it's about winning. Jordan never played on a team where they went the favorite in the finals.
Okay, hold on 1 second. You said it's about winning. Who won more championships then?
Jordan wasn't the favorite in 91.
Okay.
Let me finish my point.
Who got more MVPs? Who got more? Did LeBron ever get a defensive player of the year?
I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why that argument is dumb. I'm gonna tell you why that argument is dumb. Because they gave Marc Gasol the defensive player of the year award.
I give you that.
LeBron came in second. Marc Gasol didn't make the all defense first team.
Noah should have got that MVP. We gonna talk.
LeBron should have got that depoy.
Noah should have got it.
I hear you on that too. Joakim Noah was in there too now.
Joakim Noah should have got that award.
LeBron was second in voting, but they gave it to Marc Gasol, who didn't make first team all defense. That should tell you LeBron should have got that award. So don't tell me LeBron ain't got no defense player of the year award.
Well, let me ask this question because we talk about winning. And we talking about winning. I love this argument. And I really want to ask y'all, the Jordan fans, this question, right? Look at 6-0, right? Let's look at the six teams LeBron lost to.
Okay?
No, wait.
That's why I said you keep penalizing LeBron.
So competition don't matter?
Hear me out. No, watch this.
Who are you guys to say what's competition?
No, listen to me.
I'm asking.
No, I want to ask the Jordan fans this question. Tell me this show, right?
You ever played a sport, dumbass?
So watch this.
Oh yeah, man. In the emerald, in the mirrors. Yeah, man.
What was that? The 06, I think what was the 06 Spurs? We talking about the 06 Spurs, right?
Working on my scholarship.
Let's start because y'all can do this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Let's start with the 06.
Who are you to say? You never played in either era.
Bro, okay. I'm asking for your opinion. This is opinionated show. Hey, it's everybody's personal.
Right.
Let's start with, I think it was the 06 Spurs, 07-06 Spurs. Okay. Take the 06-07 Spurs and you tell me which one of them teams Michael Jordan beat that 06-07 Spurs team. With David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Greg. Tell me which one of them teams beat the 06-07 Spurs team. You're not. None of them. You're not.
I think the Utah Jazz could have gave them a run for their money. That Utah Jazz team Jordan faced in the finals was dominating the West when they was coming out.
So you gonna put your money on them to beat the Spurs?
He said you hear what he said, gave a run for the money. He didn't say beat.
I don't know who gonna beat them because you got to you talking about players that didn't play against each other.
Give us your opinion. Do they win or they lose?
Hear me. I'm talking about.
So in a 7-game series with the coach that Utah Jazz team had, they could have beat that. They could have beat that Spurs team. That's my answer.
You said could have. Yes or no? Do they win?
Shoulda, woulda. You going?
That's talking about coulda, shoulda, woulda, dog. That's what I'm saying.
So wait. Hold on. Okay. So
yes. Okay. My answer is yes. They could beat them. Yes. Okay. So if I'm saying they could have, then the answer is also yes.
No. So not could have, would have, because we can literally through sports, we can literally look at sports teams and say historically, no, we can look at. Okay, so watch this. Okay, so now let's take.
You good at gambling in sports?
73 games.
Hey, hold on real quick. Hold on. Hey, hold on.
Can you do that shit?
So before we go any further, I'm just asking a question. Does level of competition weigh in on the GOAT debate?
That's subjective, though.
No, it's
to me, yes.
It goes.
And my argument for a level of competition is what Jordan had produced. You don't win an MVP, scoring title, defensive player, swipe all the awards, and then say, I got, where the competition at. I am the competition. I am the bar.
No one's taking anything away from Mike. He did what he did. He's Mike. Ain't nobody taking nothing away from that man. But if we gonna sit up here and act like, from a historical basketball perspective, that Michael Jordan faced the talent that LeBron James has faced, you are insane.
Yeah, that'll be a lie.
You are insane.
Was Mike playing against prime Kobe?
You wait, hold on.
Tracy McGrady.
So hold on, fam. So let's move. Let's move past 06. Let's move past the 06-07 Spurs. Then the man ran into a Boston Celtics team that had Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, Rajon Rondo, and all them boys in Boston. Michael Jordan has never seen talent like that on one team.
Because Jordan was that talent. The fuck? He was the dominant player in the league.
So Jordan equivalent to 4 All-Stars?
4 Hall of Famers, not All-Stars.
4 Hall of Famers, because Rondo will make the Hall of Fame.
Well, I'm trying to remember, dog, like, did he not beat the Lakers in 91 with Magic, James Worthy, and all of them on there?
No,
Byron Scott.
Not a Hall of Famer. Not a Hall of Famer.
James
and
Worthy,
Magic was Magic, but he won 80s Magic.
And so he didn't go through the Pistons and all them with the bad boys and all them. Like, what are we talking about?
Bro, they went through them. I'm literally talking about the level of competition of players in their absolute prime. So we're gonna move past them. The only team, and I say this, the only series that LeBron ever lost that to me was like, nigga, what is your problem? Was that series against Dallas. If you want to say what's LeBron's true red
one, and I would say that first one against Golden State.
No, you can't give him the first one for Golden State because he lost Kyrie and Kevin Love.
So basically, what you're saying is because
he lost Kyrie and Kevin Love game 1.
Okay, so since he didn't win, you making excuses for his losses. So that's
no, bro, we not. You didn't hear what I just said. You didn't hear what I just said.
I'm not expecting him to win every championship. But goddamn, it seems like you making more excuses than a motherfucker.
No, you didn't hear. You didn't hear what I just said.
You
didn't hear what I just said. I just said that loss to Dallas. That loss to Dallas. No, bro. You're not listening.
I'm talking about the other losses. The other 5 losses.
Man, listen. Okay. Oh, so let's go to the other 5. Let's go.
Hold on. I need to get this off first. I need y'all to stop. I need people to stop disrespecting. I need people to stop. Hey, look, I agree. In that Dallas series, LeBron choked. They played him great. He choked. But I need y'all to stop disrespecting that Dallas team because this is my opinion. That Dallas team is almost better than any team Mike played in the finals.
No.
Let's not act like they didn't. Let's not act like that. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Hear him out.
Let's not act.
And that's a negative.
Let's not act like they didn't wash Kobe and them ass after Kobe and them won the finals. They were setting records on Kobe and them. Let's not act like they didn't go right up the street and wash KD and Russell Westbrook and them ass. Then get to the finals where Dirk was sick the first 2 games. Once Dirk got healthy, you wash Miami ass for the next 4 games.
Fuck out of here. I ain't hearing that.
That's the track. That's the track.
I'm not hearing you.
But I'm not taking that Dallas team.
Would you take those old Phoenix teams over that Dallas team?
Yes, I would.
I would.
You would take Charles Barkley over Prime Dirk?
Yeah,
you take Dan Marley. You would take Dan Marley and them over Jason Kidd and Tyson Chandler.
I'm taking 93 shots.
I'm taking Kevin Johnson over Jason Terry.
I'm taking 93 Suns over that Dallas team. I'm doing that.
I said it was my opinion, but let's not act like the competition was not much better. The Dallas thing was my opinion.
Right, so let me pick back up. So then you take the last loss that they lost to San Antonio, which then you had Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and when Kyrie became Kyrie, and
young guys, Kawhi Leonard shut this nigga down. You talk that year
when he became Kyrie. I said when he became Kawhi, that's when he became Kawhi. You see what I'm saying? And Tim Duncan again. Tell me
the player that shut Jordan down,
bro.
Please.
That's 4 Hall of Famers. Again, but stop. But why?
Who shut LeBron down?
So hold on, Doc.
He didn't say Kawhi. He didn't say that.
Let me ask you this question. So now when we talk about this, we talk about that finals. It went 7, right? This is when I say when it comes to the championship argument, win-losses matter. When it comes to coaching, you taking Eric Spoelstra or Greg Popovich?
I'll take Popovich. Yeah.
I'm not playing for Pop, man. After all the stuff I be hearing, I'm not playing for Pop.
Okay. I feel you on that, but I'm talking about you see what I'm saying? But then, okay, you say the first one against Golden State, and I'm a realist. I'm a coach, man. You need your bullets in the chamber. You lose Kyrie and Kevin Love, you're not finna beat Golden State. You come on, man. They had Matthew Dellavedova trying to grab Stephen Curry. Let's get serious.
It's supposed to get smoked, man.
So then let's
LeBron had the highest averages in every stat group in that
No. It was the next one when they won it, and I'm glad you brought that up. To me,
no, it was that one. They gave that MVP to Andre Iguodala.
No.
For playing defense on him.
No, the next year when they won,
when they was down 3-1, right?
And they came back and won.
Hey, DJ Tony, tell me the series Jordan was down 3-1 in the finals.
Okay, but what's that? But the one he won.
We talking about wins and losses.
I can't remember when Jordan went to a game 7, let alone lose.
98 against the Pacers. 98 against the Pacers.
We talking finals. We ain't talking playoffs.
He almost didn't make
the finals. You can bring up all the playoff losses LeBron had.
But you just talking about he ain't had no competition. That 98 Pacers team was tough.
Was dope. So when you go that team, that series, to me, this is when I said they was equal. I put LeBron, like I start up into that finals when they beat Golden State. I thought niggas was crazy for him to put LeBron and Michael in the same conversation. When that man led every statistical category outside of turnovers in that finals, that had never been done in NBA history. That's almost impossible to do. To lead a whole series. Think about everybody who was on that floor.
That's an accolade.
Look at everybody that was on that floor doing that series on both teams. Steph, Clay, Draymond.
LeBron was the best player.
But okay, listen. The best player, get that. Yes, he was the best player. But to lead every statistical category for a 7-game series other than turnovers.
No fault to you, Coach B, but you walk right into my trap. This is what I'm talking about LeBron don't utilize his teammates.
How you don't
this is what I'm talking about, dog.
Want an assist.
Right, I gotta take the ball, I gotta hold the ball, I can't move off the ball. I don't know how to work off the ball. I can't set up in the post. This nigga, he done had a whole career where all the announcers have been watching him.
That series.
You would have a better argument if you said that about Luka Doncic, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. They dominate the ball. LeBron don't dominate the ball that much. Even when he was playing with Kyrie dominated time of possession and had more shots
they second year together. Kyrie had more shots
Right,
and dominated the
right,
ball more.
right. What I'm saying is, if you can get a player like Kyrie on your team, you should be able to play off the ball and score off the ball more.
He did.
He was not.
He
He
was.
did not do that. He did not do that, man.
How would Kyrie had the ball in his hand more and Kyrie was getting more shots?
Them
But
boys
LeBron
couldn't-
still put
They
up more
took
points.
turns, sir. They took turns, sir. They took turns. I get the
Okay,
ball, I
okay,
bring
so
it
back-
up,
let me get back to my
I
point.
facilitate. Kyrie, you bring the ball up, you facilitate. They took turns.
So
That's how it happened.
I honestly want
Kyrie's
to
a dribble machine, so yeah, he gonna dominate the field a little bit more.
And I'm just being honest. The greatest basketball team I've ever seen, I thought was the 96 Bulls. I really did. I did. Tell me, honestly, I guarantee you this, because everybody talk about the last two finals, that the last two Warriors teams with Kevin Durant is beating every opponent Michael Jordan faced in the finals.
Easy.
Them Golden State
Smoking
Warriors
everybody
team
boots.
is beating every team Michael Jordan faced in his career.
But can y'all rightfully say that team is beating Jordan's team?
The 96 team?
Yeah.
It'll be the greatest series. I'm not gonna that'll be the greatest basketball series ever. Nobody can ever.
That's a hell of a simulation.
That's a hell of a simulation there. Because
what you say, Tony?
I said I'm taking the Bulls in 6 between those two. The 96 Bulls in 6.
It come down to defense. It come down to defense and rebounds for me. That's where I separate them two teams. Yeah, defense and rebounds.
But it in what era they gonna play in?
But can I ask you?
That's a factor too.
Okay. So is that a factor too? Is that a factor in the GOAT conversation? The era?
No, I don't.
Well, if you really think about it,
hold on. What'd you say, Tony?
I said, well, if we're gonna go there to talk about eras, then it's always gonna be subjective of who's the greatest ever.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Does that play a factor?
To me, eras play a factor. I think Kobe played in the most difficult era, but I think LeBron was also in that era. But I think we can all honestly say basketball evolves every single decade. Or am I the only person saying that?
No.
I agree.
If we're going to say basketball evolves every single decade, players get better every single decade, why do we get to the 90s and say, nah, nobody evolves to that point?
I think basketball now is actually regressing.
What?
I would disagree.
You think it's aggressive?
I think it's regressing because now
regressing.
Yeah, because right now basketball is from a whole standpoint. You look at the NBA today, and it's sad when you have the fact that there is no big man dominance in the game at all. I'm being honest. I love Joker. I love Embiid as big men, but do they hold? Can you put Joker in the 90s? What is Joker in the 90s?
Joker in the 90s is
I think Joker is still Joker.
No, you crazy as hell.
He's Sabonis.
He turns into
Sabonis.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I think Joker gets cooked more in the 90s than he does in today's NBA. But I still think Joker is Joker for the simple fact that he does have much better three-point shooting range than any other big man in that league.
So guess what?
If he's playing in a certain system, he can still facilitate the ball and play point guard and still get those assists.
But here's the thing about that against Dan is this: Joker's fouling out in the first half. Joker's not going to be able. He's not playing defense against any of the 90 centers. He can't play defense against the centers.
Second quarter. Yeah,
he can't play defense against the centers today. So especially when you talk about and you go back to the 90s. When the first thing, when you came down, point guards came down, the first thing they did was threw the ball in down low. That way, I don't care who your center was, everything was inside out. You get that guy going against Zoe, Shaq, Dikembe, Patrick Ewing, Alonzo, Hakeem Olajuwon, night after night after night. Joker, he doesn't even make an all-star team. Joker's not an all-star.
Matter of fact, Joker might end up being a Greg Oster tag.
I don't see Joker the way today's NBA sees Joker. I still think Joker would be Joker in the 90s, but I don't think Joker should have won his last two MVPs. He'll get this one this year deservedly, but them last two, I I don't think he should have got it.
And that's why I said the NBA in today's time is regressing because you can't play.
I'm gonna argue against that. It's almost like smart dummies. You know what I'm saying? It's like they got too smart and they overanalyze things to the point where you don't really have
too analytics.
Too analytical. Whereas they're going for the higher percentage shot or the best shot for the team in a sense where you don't necessarily. It kind of disturbs the flow of the game in a way for me. It's hard to watch an NBA game.
The NBA to me, and I'll never forget this series. We kind of getting off topic. Was
no, that's fine. That's how I go.
If y'all
remember,
and this is kind of when I looked at the NBA. I said, I pray the game don't go like this, but it has. Is when Houston went up. Y'all remember that playoff series when Houston went up 3-1 against Golden State, and then proceeded to miss 28 threes in a row. And they wouldn't even take a layup. They wouldn't even.
It was up 3-2.
They was up there and wouldn't take a layup.
Right.
They was giving them.
Was it 28 straight threes? 27 straight threes?
28 straight threes. And that's the point of to what I'm saying with the regression of I'm a person when it comes
to 3-pointers now.
When I'm a person when it comes to anything life in general, I always say the foundation of something should never be disturbed. The foundation of basketball is the big man, is the big man in the paint, and the rules of the foundation rule of basketball is get the ball as closest to the rim as you can, because it's proven that the closer you get the ball to the rim, the higher the percentage of the shot is. And once you got to the point where this NBA now was just we would pass up a layup to get a three. That to me is that's a true statement. It goes against the whole, James Naismith, the whole creation of the game. And so when we talk about and then you say I believe this is me, for the Jordan versus LeBron argument sake, how the NBA has changed it, has allowed LeBron to remain.
That's what I was saying earlier.
It has allowed LeBron to remain as dominant as he has.
Let me hop on the end of that, B, because
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
What you're saying is gospel, and that's what I was trying to say earlier. And the way you put it was good as far as the way you described it, because how the floor is spread out now, where you don't have a big man clogging the paint, it makes it easier for all offensive players. You hear all the time, good offense beats good defense 9 days out of the week. And these people in the league today are so phenomenally gifted, talented, athletic, that I wish you would try to stand in front of these people without fouling and try to guard them. You can't do it. And so the structure of a team game, which was the era that Jordan came from, it made it a lot harder to get them points in that paint. And that's all I was trying to say earlier. And the way you just put it right now, I just wanted to reiterate that point.
So are y'all saying that this league is easier?
Much
easier than
I believe
I'm gonna say the defense is not as tough.
Much harder.
No.
I would say it's harder to play defense, but it's much easier to score.
What you were saying, Tony?
I say the defense was tougher then than now. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they figured out, they changed the rules.
And that's for the like you were saying earlier, the marketing of the game, being able to make it palatable across all levels, because only the savants really like defense. Yeah. You know what I mean? People who really into the game really like defense. Everybody else want to see shots go up and dunks. Go ahead.
What they really, if you really go back and watch the 80s basketball, they were scoring 110, 120, 130 a night in the 80s. And it was physical basketball. Mm-hmm. But the game was just like, we gonna get this thing, and we up and down, and it was a good slide. It was good because it was about shot selection and the ball constantly moving, because the number one rule of basketball is the ball moves faster than any man. And in the 80s, to me, if you talking about the 80s, was the best brand of basketball. How it was supposed to be played as far as ball movement, understanding the game, defense, physicality, that era of basketball was something that it ain't been matched. And I think the NBA from an offensive standpoint mirrored the 80s, but said we not gonna add the defensive standpoint from the 80s because we can't get niggas clothesline out the air. So you know what I'm saying? So I think though for LeBron and what he's done is I think for me, man, the reason why I'll just say LeBron is the greatest of all time. I'm really putting my onus on that last word, time.
Okay.
And that's it's time. When you look
and for me, B, I think you 100% right, because for me, time is what moves him past Kobe. A lot of people don't move him past Kobe, in a lot of different arguments, the will to win and all that stuff. But I think the time is what moves him past Kobe for me, but it don't move him past Jordan.
Right.
Yeah, just because of what Jordan did with his time. Because if we're talking about time, you also have to account for what happened in their time as well.
True.
And I think for Jordan's time, it stood the test of time in a sense. You know
it did. Yeah.
I think the one thing about Mike is that
stood the test of time. Looking ass.
Nobody spicy over there. You want to hop on Team Brown? Just say that.
If you want to
if you want to be on Team Brown, that's all you want to. Just say that.
Hey, bro, it's no secret. It's no secret where my allegiance is, nigga. Ain't no secret. Ain't no secret.
Defensive player of the year.
LeBron James is the best all-around basketball player. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
all-around
Jordan made the all defensive times more than he did.
Hey, that's one statistic.
Can I say something about that? No,
can I say something about that?
Go ahead, because I want to piggyback. I'll go ahead, bro.
Anybody remember the score from Game 3?
Let's hear your what ifs.
And ain't no what if. This is fact.
I thought you was going.
Go look at the score from Game 3 of the finals with the Bulls and the Jazz. They held the Jazz to 54 points. Y'all got to stop acting like Michael Jordan was the only all-time great defender on them teams. Yes, he was great, but when you play on a completely loaded defense, you're going to look like a star if you're a star. He's supposed to do that.
He was the best defensive player.
But when you start pointing, when you start
LeBron, that's all I'm saying.
I don't agree with that.
Let's
wait, what were you saying? What you saying, Tony? What you saying?
How many times LeBron made the all defensive team? Let's hear it.
I don't know off the top of my head. I would have to look up. But what I'm simply saying, we look at Jordan's teams.
Argument because we gonna talk about the Heat.
I think it's time.
We look at what I'm saying is we look at Jordan's teams, and this is why I always used to get upset when people would kill Scottie Pippen for saying exactly what it is. I ain't moving no goalposts.
You did.
Scottie Pippen would always say, "Hey, we were loaded defensively. It was my job to play point forward. It was this person's job to rebound. It was all of our job to play defense." Mike was just a way better scorer than all of us. So, Mike, your job is to score. Play your defense too. But we are the most loaded defense in the league. It ain't just no okay defense. The way LeBron's teams have been loaded offensively, but trash defensively, it's the exact opposite for Mike.
But
they were loaded defensively.
Say
that again?
But you're not outscoring folks.
I'm talking about strictly defense.
Well, I'm saying in your argument, Jordan's team was loaded defensively, so they should be shutting teams down and winning games. And what I'm saying is LeBron is on teams that are loaded offensively, but you're not blowing teams out the water, and you in tight, close fourth quarter games coming down the stretch.
But yes, I agree with that too. But when you look at the performances of some of his
other team from scoring,
when you look at some of the performances of his teammates come playoff time, you see the tiers of offense. Now, I'm not saying that to big up LeBron. What I'll say is the consistency on defense for Mike's teams was better than LeBron's consistency from his teammates on offense.
But y'all talk like LeBron, like y'all talk like that's not Mike's influence. You see what I'm saying? We all remember Kyle Kuzma pushing LeBron. Like, come on, we need to play some D with us. You out here playing center field. Like Jordan was a dog on defense. And you have to understand that his influence was also what influenced all the way down to the 12th man on his team.
I will.
Okay, let's say
If
this.
he was
Let's
going
say
to
this.
get minutes, he had to come out here and be.
Can we compare Scotty and Kawhi Leonard on defense?
No.
Who would you compare Scotty to in today's era of defense, of defenders?
Scottie Pippen.
Right.
Okay. So this is what I'm saying.
Like Scotty.
If we put LeBron on the same team with Scottie Pippen, if we put him on the same team with Scottie Pippen and if we put him on the same team with Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, what do you think that team is going to look like defensively?
So Harp, here's the truth of the matter, because I just looked up this all defensive teams. It went from 87. He went from 87 to 93. Mike was first team on defense. Cool. During that era, I would say during that time at 2 guard, of course, he was the best player, easy. And I'm not taking nothing away, because he was the best player, easy. From an athletic standpoint, there was nobody close. He wasn't guarding anybody close to him athletically during that time frame. Nobody close athletically during that time frame.
So who's close to LeBron right now? Athletically, during LeBron's time, LeBron was always ahead of his competition athletically.
I would most definitely say, and then let me finish. And then when he retired, he came back and won it 3 times again from 96 to 98. From 96 to 98, I watched every Bulls game. Michael Jordan never guarded the best player on the other team, not one game, not one time ever.
Yeah, he got Pip on his squad.
Right.
And I got Ron Harper over here.
Okay, so hear me. So what Harper's saying is them last 3 years, while yes, he was first team on defense, he never had to guard the best 1, 2, or 3 players on the opposing team. He never had to. He never did.
So that would help move his stats up. That's what you're saying.
No, so right. So I'm saying, so he got all first.
But Coach B, Scotty was too.
Scotty was what?
First team.
That's what
all defense.
That's what we saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's
if you a dog defensively, and then you have some of the best defensive players in the league on your team as well, y'all going to dominate defensively. And because
the way I was hearing it, and tell me if I'm wrong, Coach B, the way I was hearing it from you, you were saying that everybody else was taking higher defensive responsibilities, so Jordan could kind of play a little lax on defense. But 100%. If I'm still making first team, that means I'm leading in something, and he was at the top of the league in steals and all of that during them times.
When you let's look at this. So let's look at 90.
He's saying he's still on the ball from a least talented player.
It's not. He steals like head up. He got steals in the passing lane, and understand that was strategic from the coach.
Right now. So watch this though. So catch this though. So let's take.
I don't think it should be a penalty.
So no, it's not a penalty, but it's different from. It's totally different than this, right? If you let's take a matchup Jordan would have faced. Okay, let's take that 98 Pacers team, right? When we look at that 98 Pacers team, the starting you had Mark Jackson. You had Reggie Miller, and you had Chris Mullins. Okay, right. That was the backcourt pretty much. Okay,
and Jordan used to chase Miller around.
No, that was Harper.
No, Harper couldn't keep. Couldn't keep up with Miller.
Go back and check. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm talking about playoff game.
It's 9 times out of 10. Mike's assignment was Mullen. Pip had Mark Jackson. Harper had Reggie, Mike had Mullen, because at that time, this is where Scotty kind of then came out the blue was, and this is something that Kobe learned from Mike later on in his career was, and that's why I said coaching matters. Phil showed Michael, and Michael said this himself, how to rest on defense. And so then,
field, yeah.
Like, see what I'm saying? And so you say how to. Because like everybody's saying, Mike, we don't want you getting tired on defense because we need you to come down here and drop 35 to 40 on offense. That's the only thing we want you to do is because if you don't get 35, we're losing, period. And so the best assignments them last 3 years, and then you go to the paint. You look at that team, them boys had 3 first team on defense on one team. Mike, Dennis, and Scotty. Them 3 years, they all three was first team on defense. And come on, man, you still Michael Jordan. So you literally by that alone, you're taking the third best assignment, period. And then you had Ron Harper. So now you're taking really the fourth best assignment on the other team because we want you to come and do that. And that's
So,
not
outside of those years in Miami, LeBron has always ducked on defense. Am I being wrong for saying that?
That's not.
I would disagree.
Flops, but hey, that's another conversation.
Because if we watching those Orlando versus Cleveland series, Orlando didn't really have a small forward that LeBron needed to shut down. But he was guarding Paul Pierce. I'm saying the Cleveland versus Orlando series. Look,
Orlando?
You talking about when Orlando went to the finals, when they had the NBA had it set up for LeBron to go.
They didn't really have a small forward that LeBron had to lock down on defense.
They had Hito Turkoglu.
They had Turkoglu.
And Turkoglu was busting Bron ass.
Was killing y'all.
Turkoglu was hitting clutch baskets, but Turkoglu was necessarily him and Rashard Lewis were playing switch 4 back and forth. They weren't necessarily playing solely 3. The person I would say LeBron had to guard one-on-one the entire game, who he didn't shut down, I would give you that, was Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce was cooking his ass.
Cooking, yeah.
But LeBron never really had that competition that he had to shut down one-on-one either. But when it came to guards, in other playoff series, we can point to a number of series where LeBron did shut down guards.
I don't give him credit for shutting down guards because you got to shut down the ones like you.
Yeah.
So when it comes to a defensive argument, I'm being for real. I was pissed off at LeBron because when it came to them 2 seasons, Golden State was a better team when he had KD, but LeBron switched off KD too damn much. It was times literally when Golden State would come in and do a 3-1 pick and roll, and LeBron would switch off KD off a blow screen. Like, nigga, get through that screen and guard the best player on the other team if you trying to win that championship. Like LeBron, you know your chances is limited, but at the same time, when it came, like you said, when it came to LeBron to come to guard the best 3, you can't duck that one-on-one against KD them 2 years. And I see.
I would real quick. He shouldn't have ducked. Go ahead.
Real quick, this is how we finna do it. We approaching some pivotal time right now. So this is how we finna do it right now because nobody's gonna waver. Nobody's wavering.
It sounds like Coach B sliding off the.
Nah, Coach B. Now Coach B just talking. He just talking basketball now. He just talking basketball now.
Because you have to communicate with the case. I'm just letting this know for the viewers. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. I'm just saying.
Narrative. All right.
No, because we about to get ready to shut it down. So, what is y'all top? Who are y'all top 5? Top 5 basketball players of all time, and yes, ranking matters.
Okay, you talking about where they sit in the 5? Okay,
correct.
I don't really sit in rank no 5, but let me think on that.
Anybody can go in.
I give you mine.
Go ahead.
I got Brown 1. I got Mike 2. I got Kareem 3. Reason I got those 3, I don't think you can have any of those lower than 3.
You can't.
Okay, keep going. You got 2 more.
I got Magic 4.
And then your 5th.
Me personally, I put Will at 5.
Okay, Will.
I can't be mad at Will.
Okay. Who going next?
I'll go.
Okay, Tom.
Mike, number 1. Kareem, 2. I'm going to put Kobe at 3. I would say Magic at 4, LeBron at 5.
You can't argue with that either, I guess.
Okay, who going next?
Mine's gonna be totally different because I think of dominance. I start at number 5, and I'm gonna say Steph because he changed basketball. Anybody who completely changed the game you have to put him on Mount Rushmore because he changed basketball.
Okay, so you got Steph.
I got Steph.
Wow.
And then number 4. Then it's crazy. I'm gonna have to put Kobe. Number 3, I'm gonna put Kareem. Number 2, Mike. Number 1, LeBron.
All right, Mike.
Yes, I'm still struggling over here because it's something I'm taking in. I'm still taking off. I ain't never really made my list, honestly.
Yeah.
I would say my number 1 would be Jordan. My number 2, I'm gonna say it's gonna be. I'm gonna give it to Magic. Give it to Magic. Reason I give it to Magic number 2, mainly because I got to see it, a good portion of it. My man went to 9 titles in 15 years, so that's heavy. I'm gonna put him 2 because before Jordan was the man, Magic was the man.
True statement.
My number 3. And I like how Coach B said it. Like you got to lean on dominance. Muggs who stayed at the top, so it might go Brian.
That hurt.
Yeah, my number 4. My number 4
say that, bro.
Might be I'm gonna put Bird at 4, Kobe at 5.
Okay.
You said who at 5?
Kobe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kobe you know what you got, the Nas?
I got.
And I wanted my honorable mention was Shaq, but I couldn't.
Man, I don't
see how y'all be glossing by Shaq, man.
Nah, man, because of how Shaq ended his joint, man. Shaq did not end with dominance. The way he flopped around in the league and was coming off the bench and not even being dominant off the bench. It was like a lot of stuff. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff I had to hit him for knocks against. But the years that he's a man, he was. That's why I say he was like it's him and Kobe switching. But Kobe went through different eras and was respected and held his own and was dominant within this era. So like he played at the tail end of Mike's era. He played through, his own little era. Then he played through, the beginning of Brian era. So it was like I had to slide him in there as a 5. And Bird was another.
Honorable mention for honorable mention for you, but he's in mine. I got the King.
You talking about Elvis?
Man by his name, man.
We talking about Elvis?
I got King LBJ.
Okay.
We all bear witness. We all bear witness to the King.
We all bear.
Okay. My number two is Shaq. My number 3 is KG.
I can't take you serious anymore, bro.
Yeah.
When it comes to sports talk,
are we doing our favorite player? What we supposed to do?
No,
my top 5.
This is for me. This my personal top 5.
I don't respect you.
This is my personal.
Hey, nobody respecting this list right now.
I don't care. This is my personal top 5.
Can you finish?
This is my turbo 5.
Hey, yo, after tonight, we all deserve a laugh. Go ahead, finish.
And Kobe Bryant. And Kobe
That's
Bryant.
only 4.
I believe I said 5. Didn't I? I was counting on my fingers.
No, you said Brian,
Shaq.
Shaq. Tim Duncan.
You ain't say Michael Jordan.
Kobe Bryant. I know.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, you bugging, bro.
Well, we should take you in. We should take you off the air.
This is my top five. My
Stick
top
to
five.
it. Follow
Everybody
suit.
on the
See
panel,
America.
ass right now.
No,
You
see
don't have
America.
Hey.
This is
Stick to the unjust
America.
America. And stick to the black community topics, please.
That's why people hate LeBron, man.
Yo, America.
That's why people hate LeBron because he be doing that.
There's
America.
civil
This is why
unrest
you don't
going.
give
God
everybody
damn.
authority of any type.
Hey,
Okay?
I'm
This
not.
is why
Hey,
everybody
anybody
is
that
not,
knows
you
me,
know,
I don't know why y'all niggas acting shocked. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm not a Michael Jordan fan at all.
You don't got to be
Yeah,
a
I'm
fan.
not.
I'll be a
just to
fan.
know.
I never have been.
I'm
I
not
was
a
never a
LeBron
fan of
but
Larry
he's still in my
Bird, but
top
that
five.
mug used to be.
Right. I don't like the way Michael Jordan played basketball. You know what I'm saying? I do respect his defense though. I do respect Michael Jordan's defense. I didn't like him offensively. You know what I'm saying? I don't like him on the court. I don't like him off the court. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Michael Jordan fan.
Did he
All
not
right,
You know what
so
I'm saying?
give us your top 5 favorite players and see if it differs
wait,
from
wait,
your
what you
top
say,
Did he
5
bro?
sell
players.
your
What you-
ball or something? What's
Man,
up?
that man,
I just don't. I don't like him. I don't like him. Like my guy
You
coming
choke
up.
on some
Like
Wheaties or something?
I like.
We not talking about who you like. Give us your top
Wait,
5
what are you?
favorite players so we can see if it different from your top 5 of all time list.
Okay,
he
so
just gave you his top 5 favorite players. He ain't give you no all time.
because those gonna be my top time all
Steve
time.
Francis or
That is
something,
mine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't. Honestly, I don't really care if y'all respect my opinion. I don't really.
Hey,
I don't really care.
you know me. When I play basketball, I love
Yeah.
defense. Draymond is gonna be one of my favorite players of all time.
But here's the truth, though, and I'm finna really wreck everybody's kind of like theory, and because this is one thing that I've always kind of said with these topics. The greatest basketball career of all time was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I think that's Kareem.
The greatest basketball.
If you
career.
take in college and everything,
about
high school, college, from high
college,
school, college, pro.
hands down.
That's why I don't think you can have him outside of the top 3.
The greatest career of all time was Kareem.
Hands down.
So when
I can't argue that.
You can't even argue that. So it's like
hands down.
And so
I ain't watch him play though. I did a report
Before
on
my
him
time. All right, before my time.
Yeah.
So when
Before my time, man.
I don't care about before your time. You can go watch tape.
All right, y'all. I gotta get going.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so let them know where to find you at, bro.
Oh, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. I'm just not on TikTok.
Yeah.
Come on over to TikTok, man.
Hell no. Good on TikTok, man.
I don't got no time to be doing.
Right.
B Gordon, let them know where to find you at, B Gordon. Let them know what you got going on.
Man, Facebook, man, hit me anytime, man. Come down, holler at me. Senior program director at the YMCA 815 Alive. Anybody y'all know got playing football? Got my own football organization starting to rock right now, 7 to 12 years old, man. 815 Alive Chargers. We bringing big boy football to Illinois, man.
That's what's up.
Boom.
That's what's
All
up.
right.
Y'all ain't gonna find me on nowhere but TikTok. I'm off social media right now.
Okay. Right on.
TikTok like YouTube.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Grown man MJ.
Yes, sir. You can find me on YouTube with the True View podcast, bringing the barbershop to the box office. We are movie review, TV review, streaming review podcast, helping you skip the bullshit and watch the real. That's what we do. You can find me on Instagram at Grown Man MJ. Anywhere else I don't play, so don't try to come talk to me.
All right.
Hey, thank y'all fellas for coming on, man. Stating your points, passing it. Nobody moved on their points, but that's exactly what we like to talk about here at the Great Conversation, man. Is that you don't always have to agree to have a great conversation.
Yeah.
All right, then, y'all. Peace.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all.
Yes, sir.